Hi everyone, I'm Natalie from NS Property, and today's top tip is all about inspections and the importance of them for landlords. I speak a lot about inspections and how important they are, but it's unbelievable the amount of people that haven't been in their properties for a number of years. So the first tip, and it's the most simple but most forgotten, is it's a great way just to check in with your tenants and make sure that they're okay. Your relationship with your tenant is the most important thing about your property business. If they're happy, find it easy to communicate with you, then your relationship will go from strength to strength. If there is ever a problem, they are more likely to contact you quickly so that you can resolve it and move forward. So first tip is make sure you communicate with your tenant and check in with them. Number two, obviously we're doing an inspection, so we want to get into the property and make sure that it's being looked after to a really good standard. So I always take a checklist. It's an app on my phone, and it just makes sure that I don't forget to do anything. When you're in a property, you're having a chat with the tenant and you're just walking around, it is so easy to forget to just look in a cupboard or check that the smoke alarm has got a battery in it and it's working. So if you've got a checklist, it's much easier to have a chat and just make sure and check through that you have done everything that you need to do for that inspection. The other thing about a checklist is that you can get to sign it. So I sign it and the tenant signs it and we agree to the whole standard of the property. Then me or my landlords get a copy and also the tenant. So it's just a really good way to keep the communication really easy, really secure. Everyone's on the same page. And yeah, it's just a really good way to do it. So get an app or get a checklist so that you don't forget anything and everybody can sign off on it. And then my last thing, number three, is you can check if there's any maintenance that needs doing. We've got some fantastic tenants that we've gone into properties and maybe there's a small water leak that they've not told us about because they didn't want to bother us. That is your chance to jump on it and action it straight away. Now, there is some times where tenants have done things and it has caused some problems. So that is up to the tenant to sort out. When this happens, we talk to our tenant there and then, face to face, discuss what needs to change and how we can rectify it and make it better. At that point, I also book in with them that I can come back normally in about 10 days to make sure that that has been done and sorted out. When people leave it for the tenants and they go back 6 months later to the next inspection and it's still the same, then you can't do anything but maybe blame yourself on that one. You need to be the one that follows it up. It is your property. So just book that appointment in, go in, follow it up, and hopefully everything's been sorted out. If it's a maintenance issue that you need to sort out as the landlord, action it really fast. That way, one, your property, your asset that you've worked really hard for stays at a brilliant condition. And number two, you keep a happy tenant. Happy tenants pay on time, stay longer, and it is less of a headache. So a quick recap. Number one, check in with your tenants. Simplest thing, most forgotten thing. Make sure that they're happy. Number two, check the standard of the property and take your checklist. And number three, maintenance. If it's something the tenant needs to do, follow up. If it's something you need to do it quickly and keep that relationship strong. So I hope that was helpful for you, and I'll be back to do more top tips next week. See you all soon. Bye.